Welcome to Smart Updates, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an update. Why are there not more people talking about how the Netherlands just froze $10 billion from a Chinese chip giant overnight? In a stunning and unexpected move that has sent shockwaves through the global technology sector, the Netherlands has frozen $10 billion in assets tied to a major Chinese semiconductor company, effectively halting a significant financial pipeline. This dramatic escalation, announced by the Dutch Ministry of Economic Affairs, brings to a standstill a massive flow of capital that was intended to supercharge China's ambitions in the global chip industry. The targeted company had been quietly channeling funds through a complex web of European investment vehicles, aiming to acquire cutting-edge technology and top engineering talent from across the continent. The Netherlands, though small in size, plays an outsized role in the world of semiconductors, home to industry giants like ASML and a crucial link in the global supply chain. Now, it finds itself at the very center of an escalating international standoff. This is the boldest and most decisive action yet by a European nation, signaling a much tougher stance against what are seen as strategic threats from China, especially in the realm of advanced technology. The freeze has triggered urgent questions and intense debate. Why did the Netherlands choose to act now, and what intelligence or pressure may have influenced this decision? What are the broader implications for China's ambitious plans to dominate the tech sector? And how might this disrupt the intricate web of global supply chains that power everything from smartphones to electric cars? Semiconductors, the invisible engines that drive our modern digital lives, are now at the very heart of this high-stakes conflict, making this more than just a financial dispute. The world is watching closely, waiting to see how Beijing will respond to this direct and unprecedented economic challenge from a key European partner. This single, bold action by the Netherlands could reshape the rules of global commerce, redefine alliances, and alter the landscape of technological cooperation for years, if not decades, to come. To truly grasp the impact of this freeze and why it matters on a global scale, we first need to understand what semiconductors are and why they're so vital to our world. These tiny chips, each packed with billions of microscopic transistors, are the invisible brains behind nearly every modern device you can imagine. From the smartphone in your pocket, to electric cars, to the computers that run our businesses and homes, semiconductors power everything from artificial intelligence and cloud computing, to advanced medical equipment, military hardware, and even the systems that keep the global stock markets running. They are absolutely essential to both the global economy and national security. But manufacturing these chips is incredibly complex and expensive. It requires billion-dollar factories, known as fabs, and highly specialized machinery that operates in ultra-clean environments. The process is so precise that even a speck of dust can ruin an entire batch. Only a handful of companies worldwide have the expertise and resources to produce the most advanced chips, creating a fragile and highly concentrated global supply chain that is vulnerable to disruption. A disruption anywhere in this chain, whether from a natural disaster, a political decision, or a factory shutdown, can trigger worldwide shortages, drive up prices, and even halt production of critical technologies. No single country controls the entire semiconductor supply chain. The United States leads in chip design, Taiwan dominates manufacturing, South Korea specializes in memory chips, and the Netherlands is home to the world's only supplier of the most advanced chip-making equipment. This global interdependence has worked for decades, but now, as technology becomes even more critical, nations see control over semiconductors as a matter of survival and strategic power. The race to dominate semiconductors is about much more than business. It's about securing a nation's future, its economy, and even its security. The Netherlands' recent move is a direct response to this new reality. As countries scrambled to protect their interests, the stakes couldn't be higher, with technology, security, and economic leadership all on the line. Whoever leads in chips, leads in technology, and shapes the future of innovation for generations to come. And ultimately, that's what this global battle for semiconductor supremacy is all about. The Netherlands' central role comes down to one company, ASML. ASML holds a global monopoly on extreme ultraviolet EUV lithography machines, essential for making the world's most advanced chips. Without ASML's EUV machines, cutting-edge chips simply can't be made. And the Dutch government, with US backing, controls who gets access to this technology. For years, the US has pressured the Netherlands to restrict ASML's sales to China, fearing military and strategic risks. Since 2019, the Dutch have blocked EUV sales to China, and recently expanded restrictions to older, still powerful machines. The freeze on Chinese investments is a dramatic extension of this policy, aimed at stopping China from gaining indirect access to ASML's ecosystem. By freezing the funds, the Netherlands is making clear its technology won't be used to undermine its own security or that of its allies. The battle for tech supremacy is now fought with financial weapons, not just export bans. The stakes have never been higher. At the center of this standoff is Dragonchip, a state-backed Chinese semiconductor giant. Dragonchip is a pillar of China's push for tech self-reliance, created to close the gap with global chip leaders. Despite massive government investment, China still relies on foreign technology for advanced chips, a vulnerability Beijing is desperate to fix. Dragonchip's strategy invests in European tech firms, acquire talent, and absorb critical know-how. The $10 billion investment was a bold attempt to gain a foothold in Europe's semiconductor ecosystem. Instead of buying forbidden machines, Dragonchip tried to buy access to the expertise and supply chain supporting ASML. The Dutch government saw through this and acted before the plan could succeed. The freeze is a clear message. Indirect routes to sensitive technology are now closed. China's ambitions just hit a major roadblock. The global tech race just got even more intense. The Dutch government acted swiftly, invoking national security laws to freeze $10 billion linked to Dragonchip. These funds, funneled through shell companies across Europe, targeted the Dutch high-tech sector. Legal orders were issued to financial institutions, paralyzing Dragonchip's investment operations in the Netherlands. This goes far beyond export controls. Freezing billions in capital is a new level of economic confrontation. The government concluded Dragonchip's investments were a state-directed effort to bypass export restrictions and acquire sensitive technology. The scale of the freeze sends a powerful message. This is a major blow to China's semiconductor ambitions. The action warns others. Using financial investments as a backdoor to critical tech will not be tolerated. The rules of the game have changed. The Netherlands is drawing a clear line in the sand. The Dutch government cited national security as the main reason for the freeze. Advanced semiconductors are dual use. They power both civilian and military tech. Allowing a foreign state-backed entity to gain influence over this sector was deemed an unacceptable risk. The move aims to prevent China from using European expertise to advance its military capabilities. The Netherlands is also protecting its strategic autonomy and technological edge. The message foreign investment is welcome, but not at the cost of national security. Transparency and security now come first. The freeze is a major financial and strategic blow to China. Dragonchip's plans are disrupted, and finding alternative funding will be tough amid global scrutiny. The move exposes and blocks China's strategy of acquiring foreign tech through investments. Beijing will likely double down on self-sufficiency, pouring even more resources into domestic chip development. Politically, it's a public setback for China, and retaliation against Dutch interests is possible, but risky. China must balance showing strength with avoiding a total breakdown in relations with Europe. The freeze could accelerate a split in the global tech ecosystem, with incompatible standards and separate innovation pipelines. For China, this means a harder, slower path to tech independence. The gap with the West could widen. The stakes for China's tech future have never been clearer. For the United States, the Dutch freeze on advanced chip technology exports to China is a significant diplomatic victory. It validates years of persistent pressure on allies to help contain China's rapid technological rise, especially in the critical semiconductor sector. Washington has long argued that unchecked Chinese access to cutting-edge chips could threaten not just economic interests, but also global security and the balance of power. This move strengthens the transatlantic alliance, sending a clear message of unity and resolve. It also sets a powerful precedent for other nations, encouraging them to consider similar restrictions and align with the US-led approach. Yet, Europe remains divided. Some countries worry about the potential for economic retaliation from China, their largest trading partner, while others argue that the security risks posed by advanced technology transfers are simply too great to ignore. The Dutch decision has forced a difficult debate within the EU. Should member states prioritize lucrative economic ties with China, or focus on long-term security and technological independence? By siding with the US and Japan, the Netherlands now forms part of a powerful axis that controls key choke points in the global chip supply chain, giving these countries significant leverage over the future of technology. This coordinated approach ramps up pressure on China, but it also comes with risks. Europe could become more dependent on US strategy, potentially sacrificing its own interests and flexibility in the process. Some European leaders are increasingly concerned about losing autonomy, not just to China but to the United States as well. They fear that Europe's voice in global tech policy could be diminished. The Dutch decision complicates Europe's long-standing ambition to carve out a middle path between the two superpowers, maintaining strong ties with both while avoiding full alignment with either. As the global chip war intensifies, true neutrality is becoming nearly impossible. Every decision now carries significant geopolitical weight. Europe faces a pivotal choice: follow the US lead and risk alienating China, or attempt to chart its own independent course in a world increasingly defined by technological rivalry. The outcome of this debate will shape not only the future of European technology, but also the global balance of power. The world is watching closely as Europe decides its next move. The Dutch freeze is more than a financial move. It's a turning point in the global tech rivalry. The battle over semiconductors has entered a new, aggressive phase, with financial power now a weapon. The era of open tech exchange is ending. National security now trumps free market ideals. Countries are building walls, physical and digital, to protect their most vital assets. The risk of a great tech decoupling is real. Two separate, competing ecosystems could emerge. Innovation may slow, costs may rise, and new conflicts could erupt. The freeze marks the moment the tech Cold War became reality. The world's future will be shaped by how nations respond to this new front line. The story of global power is now written in silicon.